Sunrise, the start of every new day, and the name of our leopard catamaran. Come and join Russ and Margie as they jump in to their adventure, sailing the world. We are cleared in, checked in the Denarau Marina. Absolute piece of cake, just like clockwork. Took about half an hour, all good. Now we're free to cruise. Meet Cynthia, the manager of the Denarau Marina and one of the powerhouses behind the Blue Lane initiative. So thank you, Cynthia, and thank you to the Prime Minister of Fiji. You're the reason why we're all here enjoying our time.
Not you to just do this.
Happen to be the person.
Yeah, I just because if I left it, to be honest, no one would have done it, and it wouldn't have been possible.
They did an article on us being one of the early yachts to arrive.
Sorry?
Say g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
I take you to get the fruit and veggies. He's a good fella, Joe. You want to get hold of him if you want a taxi ride.
Come and see Joe in Denarau.
That's it.
Good taxi driver.
He's not pretty, but... This is the Namaka fruit and veg market, and as you can see, they had a wide variety of veggies.
He asked if I'm taking a picture of you or of the camera.
I don't know.
I will say camera.
Margie definitely wanted a photo of JP and I of the flower arrangements we'd bought her.
This is Malolo Island with Malolo Island in the background. And we're going to go through a reef pass just up here. A couple of other boats here. And that's the outer reef out there where it's breaking. Bit of reef out there just in front of the bigger reef. Getting pretty close now. Very excited. Our first real taste of Fiji.
When we anchored that night, we turned the blue lights on and a large school of trevally came around. They looked very tasty. This morning, moving from Musket Cove down to another little island where we're doing a dive course, which should be fun. So we've got 3 days of practical. We've done our theory side of it. Really looking forward to that. Got the sails up this morning. There's just 10 knots from 150 degrees. So only doing 5.5, 6, but anyway, it's beautiful, dead flat inside the lagoon. And on our way to learn how to scuba.
Mike was in there this morning, so it was a lot easier in front of everything else in front of these girls. These girls are very strict about their name. So I just said, Mike, what do you do? He said, well, seems that we're with you all week and...
It's all in the bag.
It's all in there, there's one set each, it's all organised as we laid it out the other day.
Yeah, fantastic. There's an area around the back with nice benches, so we'll go around there in the shade and
Go!
Bula.
Bula.
Bula. So should we ask him if he thinks that our boat's in a good position?
There's a mooring right behind it. Hook up. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, we looked at that jetty and thought, No.
Some other friends were saying that they were following their charts and they were going out to Tivua at 3. Oh, okay. So then you know what the other one is. Surfing, they said. Charts are up.
Do you know what you're doing, Margie?
Do I look like I know what I'm doing?
No.
Just pulling stuff.
They're very friendly divers.
Like when I go compressor.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Do the selfie.
Huh?
Hola. Number 1 student. The things you have to say.
What? We're up for our second day diving today. I learnt a lot yesterday. I learnt these are masks, not goggles.
We've just left Musket Cove and we're going out to Namotu Island just for a few hours, and we're going to have a surf out there, and I'm going to feel proud of myself that I've surfed in Fiji on my boogie board. And that's Tivua Island over there. We're quite close now. We're just slowly coming in because there's lots of bommies here, and there's also lots of mooring buoys, so it makes it very difficult for anchoring, is what we've heard, which is a bit of a pity, but there we go. Looks like the Namotu Island Surf Resort is doing some earthworks while they've got no guests.
This is awesome. Cloud break out there. Swimming pools, we've got to go and investigate. There's our anchor down there, 5 metres down. It doesn't get much better than this. Margie said the water's just a little bit too warm, 28 degrees. Pretty nice.
Oh, so beautiful. Worth waiting 2 months for.
Sure you don't want to go back to New Zealand? I grabbed the tender and went out to what's called swimming pools, where I could finally get my mal back in the water.
You're an idiot, Russ.
Okay, public
We're off on our first dive with our new gear to a pinnacle. This was our first dive on a pinnacle after finishing our diving course. This is Namotu Island with many, many famous, very famous surf breaks all around it. So obviously we stayed to the smaller ones, being very inexperienced, but we still had a fantastic time, and what a magnificent anchorage and some beautiful diving around there as well.
Gotta give me some love, cause when I'm with you, I'm in paradise. You know how to make me feel alive. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. You gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah.
It's a cloud break at the top right of the screen, and the little island in the front is Tivua, and on the middle of the screen on the left, that's the surf break called Swimming Pools. And I think it's aptly named because the water is so clear, and as you surf it down the wave you can see all the colourful fish and the coral underneath. It's just beautiful. This morning we're making our way down to the Yasawa Islands, where we're going to go for a dive and see if we can swim with mantarays at Mantaray Pass, which it's well and truly famous for. So we left the marina this morning at about 8 o'clock. It's about 5 hours to come out here. Not much wind, so we're motoring. Wow, beautiful. 27.5 degrees, blue water. The first of the islands there. Looks pretty nice. We'll get in amongst all this. Just gotta watch where we're going. The maps aren't completely accurate over here. We're past a little bommy. It's generally been about 50-60 metres most of the way. Got the lines out. Did catch one striped tuna. It's a small one. Not much good feeding, so let it go. We've got the lures out there now. We're about to go through a pass and drops into 1,000 metres, so maybe there'll be a dolphin fish or a wahoo or a mackerel or something. It comes along to investigate. Got a pusher lure, a skirted lure on one rod and reel and a diving lure on the other. Trying to edge my bets a bit. Margie's relaxing, saving her energy for the dive we're about to go on. It's all good here on Sunrise. So the birthday boy is making his way out to the Yasawas. So we're just here at the moment. We come down here. About 50 metres of water. It's through that little gap, that pink line. Make our way down this way into 2,000 metres of water. And this little gap here is where the mantarays are famous for swimming through, Mantaray Pass. And because it's full moon, it should be awesome. Heard reports there's lots there at the moment. And we're going to anchor right in here, and it's absolutely perfect weather.
This is Nanuya on the western side. So we're coming through the Mosalutu Pass.
Here we're in our dinghy making our way to the passage where the mantarays are often seen. And it's Russ's birthday tomorrow, so I had hoped that we'd be able to do something really amazing for his 60th birthday. And it did actually turn out really well. At first we saw one, and there was a lot of current here. And then we realised that going further into the passage, where there was less current, was actually going to be better. And we were lucky enough to meet a British guy who is living on the nearby island and researching the mantarays. And he said that the day that we saw the mantarays, which is today, was the closest he's ever seen them come to humans. And the reason that they were happy to come close to humans was that there was so much plankton in the water, they just got into a feeding frenzy and really weren't concerned about anything else. So we were immensely lucky to experience all of this. Even though there's a lot of current here and loads of plankton, the mantarays apparently do these barrel rolls to increase the current and increase their feeding chances, get more plankton in the same time. We went back to this spot the next day, hoping to see them again, but we only saw one or two, and they weren't coming as close to us. So that emphasised just how lucky we were this day. We're amazed at all these little fish. They've all got their mouths open, sucking up as much plankton as they can.